Farmer Doug here tonight. I'm going to show you something. We're going to be working on the Vermeer Rebel 5410 round baler tonight. We've got a belt on it that needs to be repaired, so we're going to take it off, and I'm going to show you the different features and especially the safety features of these round balers so that you can safely use them to put up your hay. You can see that we've got our new to us tractor, the New Holland TN70A. That's what we're going to be pulling the round baler with this year. It's done pretty well so far. We're enjoying driving it around. It's a good tractor, and this baler is automatic tie, and what that means is you don't have to figure out when to stop and tie a bale or wrap string around it or anything like that. There is a little TV screen, a little monitor that goes right here on the fender that we're going to have out. It's inside right now. We keep that in the house for the winter. We don't only bring it out when we're using it because obviously you don't want to leave a TV monitor set in the barn, but you set all your settings on there and it tells you the bale size and it tells you when it's getting ready to tie, and it just beeps at you, and you just stop the tractor and it ties the bale of hay, and you open the back door and the bale of hay rolls out, and you move on, you pull forward and close it and move on to the next one. And you can see here some of the features that hook up to the tractor. We've got the two hydraulic lines. Those two hydraulic lines are what opens and closes the back gate on the baler. We've got a plug that's not plugged in right now, but got a plug that goes over to the light socket. We plug that in, and then when we're going up and down the road, we've got turn signals and we've got brake lights on there. We've also got a wire here that is a data cable. This hooks up to the monitor. We run that up, and we'll have to run everything new on this tractor because it's the first time we've used it to bale round bales, but we'll run that up and we'll hook it up and we'll have our TV screen mounted and we'll be ready to go. This is the power takeoff shaft. This is, we turn that on, and that's what makes the baler go. It makes the pickup down there, picks up hay, and the baler starts to turn and starts to make a round bale in there as we pull up to the hay. Here's the twine. You can see inside here, there's two different types of ways to tie round bales. You can either use twine, or some bales are wrapped with nylon net wrap, and we still use twine. And we've got two balls of twine that it pulls from, and then there's two balls of twine that are extra, and we tie a knot and it'll start pulling from the other ones when it runs out. There's all kinds of places down through here to tighten up and set your tension on your twine to get it just right. Our baler is hydraulic pressure. You can see this gauge up here. That gauge is, when you get a bale started in there, that gauge will go up, and that puts pressure on the bale to keep the round bale tight so you don't have loose bales with shaggy hay hanging out of them. And the baler's controlled by belts. And the belts keep the belts push on the hay bale, and they make it round. You want round bales to come out of your round baler, right? So this is the front of the tractor. This is something that will hurt you right here, the power takeoff shaft. It's got a shield on it, but this is something that if you get off of the tractor to check your baler or anything like that, you want to avoid this. If you got to come near this at all, turn your power takeoff off on your tractor. Don't take any chances. Over the years, I've known people who've gotten hurt, and I avoid those things. This gauge down here is when the baler stops and it starts to tie, there's an arm that swings out down here, and as this arm swings out, you can see that it comes across, and you can see that it goes back and ties. This gauge up here at the top tells you how, we have the monitor telling you how big your bale is, but this gauge also, you can glance back and see that you're about to get a full bale. And so you kind of know what's going on even without the monitor. As you walk around the side of the baler, the other thing that will hurt you, the other thing that you never want to do, is trust a hydraulic cylinder. When this back gate's open, this is a lot of weight, and that's hanging up there, and you don't ever get underneath that gate trusting these hydraulic cylinders, because what happens if a hose breaks? What happens if the inside of this cylinder fails and all the oil squirts out of it? That gate's going to come crashing down on you. And Tragically, lots of farmers have gotten hurt by things like that happening. So when you raise the gate, these are the things that you put in there. We raise the gate, and we'll raise it to fix this belt, but when you raise the gate, you set these on top of the hydraulic cylinder, and that way if something were to fail, it's just going to come down and hit this, and it's going to stay up, and you're going to be okay. These wheels down here, if you got a big windrow of hay, these kind of turn along the ground. We let the pickup down when we start baling. These kind of turn along the ground, and they funnel the hay over into the baler. And you want wide, when you're raking, you want wide windrows of hay, because you don't want your round bales to be shaped like an ice cream cone. You want them to be the same size on both ends. So if you don't have a wide windrow of hay, what I usually do is I kind of count with hay going in one side, and then I weave over and count with hay going in the other side. It's not usually a problem around here because our hay's usually heavy enough that we can get a big enough windrow to make even bales. But if you were to have thin hay, you've got to weave just a little bit. As we walk around the baler, we've got some spring-loaded things here at the bottom. These are bale kickers, and what those do is when you open the gate and the round bale rolls out, you want the bale to get away from the gate so you can close it. You don't want to close the gate on top of the baler. You'll bend the gate, and so that when it hits those things, they're spring-loaded. You can see one of them kind of hangs down a little. Somebody before we bought the baler probably backed into something, but it still works. Bale hits those, they act like a ramp kind of, and it just rolls off of them and gets away from you. You do have to be careful. If you look out at our field, there's some hills, so you do have to be careful where you drop a bale. I've had them roll away before. I had one roll down into the woods, had to go down. It stopped against a tree, and I had to go down with the tractor and get it out of the woods. So that was part of my learning experience. Here's the lights up here that work when you're going down the road with this thing, and lets people behind you know that you're driving. If we look over here, I told you this was a system that uses hydraulic pressure to keep the bales tight. We've got a hydraulic cylinder in here. This hydraulic cylinder in here is what puts pressure on the bales and what makes that gauge go up over there that we talked about earlier. And you can control how tight your bales are by turning this valve and putting more pressure, less pressure. We've got it set about right. There's another device to go into the hydraulic cylinder here. We're going to use this tonight. This goes in here, and then you let it down on that, and it loosens your belts so that you can work on them. If you don't have this system and you're changing a belt, it's a lot more work, because you have to get a cable puller and pull some rollers apart to make them loose. With this, it's no problem. Put this under there, let it down, and the belts will get loose enough you can take one off. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start the tractor, and I'm going to raise the gate up, and then we're going to put all our safety pieces in place, and we're going to put this in place, and then we're going to let it back down. Okay, the gate's raised up. Got my dad helping me on the other side. We're gonna put these pins in. Put this one in over here. leave that open.
Leave that open, and I'll tell you when the belt gets slack.
Okay, I'm gonna let it down and my dad's gonna tell me when the belts have slack in them. The gauge doesn't say anything right now.
Step ladder.
Yep, we're gonna have to get the step ladder. This this third belt over here, it's got a tear in it, and what'll happen if we don't get it fixed is that tear will catch on something, it'll get worse, and it'll go all the way around the belt. These particular belts are about $400 a piece, and if you can get it fixed for under $100 and make it through another season, then that's a win. I'm gonna go ahead and shut the tractor off. This new tractor has a park brake on it, so when you get on and off of it, you always want to make sure that's pulled up. This new to us tractor. And my dad went to get the step ladder, and I'm gonna get the pliers off the trailer over here. If you look in the back of the baler here while it's open, and it's perfectly safe, we've got our safety locks in. If you look at the bottom of the baler, you can see the rollers that start the bale and get it going. Got hay goes into the bottom, and these bales hold it, and hay starts wrapping up into a round bale. So to take one of these belts off, they've got a pin in them, and I hope this pin's not too tight, and I hope I can pull it out with the pliers from the ladder, but we'll see. It's starting to come. Oh, it's working its way out. I don't think that's been out of there in a while. There it came. I'm gonna take that pin.
Remember how it goes.
Yeah, remember how the belts go. Fortunately, we've got 5 others to look at to figure out where it goes. And what we're gonna do, I want you to see how long this is and why these belts are so expensive. You can see our belts aren't great. They're frayed on the edges and stuff, but I've seen a lot worse. Yeah, and that's... I think I'm gonna have to get inside there.
Yeah, let's get up on front. Feed it too. Can you reach the front?
I can't really reach the front from here. There we go. And you get to see the real inside of the round baler. Yep, it's coming. That was the lacing hitting the roller. Oh. Reach it, Dad. Remember, I'm only under here because we got our safety locks in place. This is quite the belt, isn't it? That's why these belts are so expensive. And if you look at the close-up here, you can see where it's torn there. And that torn spot is what'll catch and rip the rest of it. So we're gonna have this fixed and relaced where when we get it back, it'll be solid and ready to put up some hay.
I'll roll with that.
Okay. So there we have it, belt out of there. And now we are ready to raise the baler up and take our safety things out and close it back down, because might get some rain before we get the belt fixed, and we don't leave our baler sit out in the rain. That's how it stays nice and pretty. Plus my dad waxes it once in a while. Okay. Look at the front end weights on this New Holland. Got about 700 pounds of weight on the front of it. It makes it a lot nicer to pick stuff up. This particular tractor has a shuttle clutch. You go forward and backward. It's got fully synchronized gears you can shift going up the road. It's got 3 gear ranges, so it's actually got 12 speeds altogether. Change gears here, change your range down here. Gotta have the shuttle clutch in neutral to start it. Raise it up and we'll put the park brake on. We'll take our blocks out. Now both blocks are out. Now's the point where we don't get underneath it anymore. Now we give it the respect it deserves. We walk around it. Got it? Now we're gonna pull it back in the barn. Clutch this and shift it while you're driving it. It's really nice. Obstacle course around here with all the equipment sitting around. This is the barn that we repaired. See, it's keeping stuff dry. 2 tractors in here. And folks, that job's done. Got her back in the barn, got her finished up, and we're gonna move on and we're gonna go do something else and maybe have a little dinner. Just as a follow-up to fixing our baler today, I'm here with my grand dog. This is Remy. She's an Aussie Doodle and she's full of energy, but I want to show you what we're gonna be doing tomorrow. If you may have noticed in the video, the back of our barn looks like a jungle. And we're going to take care of that. Part of cleaning this up is we're going to pull these big trees down. We're going to cut them and we're going to hook onto the tops and pull them where they don't fall onto the barn. And we're going to clean this mess up so it doesn't ever again affect our sheet metal, and it's going to be nice, and we're going to be able to mow it back here. We're going to put a door on the back where the opening is. The place is starting to take shape. Right, Remy? She's got more energy than I do.